Hey, what's going on, peoples? I know it's been a minute out there, but I'm back. Yeah, I ain't go nowhere, but I'm still back. And tonight we gonna make us a nice little snack. It could be healthy depending on how much cheese or queso you put on it or whatever. But we gonna make us some pico, and then we gonna make us some nachos with the we gonna make some nachos. I got some chicken breasts. We gonna chop up. We gonna dice up and sprinkle on top of it and finish it in the oven. I got my veggies. You see my peppers. Got some green onions. We got some tomatoes, some lime, some red onions, garlic, jalapenos, and some cilantro. You could use parsley if you want. If you don't like cilantro, it took me a while to, I guess, after a while, the cilantro kind of, it's an acquired taste. You get used to it. It kind of needs to, in my opinion, it kind of needs cilantro to make your pico. I got some olive oil, some Goya olive oil. Like, you try to keep the products, you could use Italian olive oil or whatever, but I kind of try to keep it in the same family, you know what I mean, where it got the same flow going on, the same flavors or whatever. So there you go. We're going to make some pico. We're going to make some nachos. Nice little snack. We're going to drink some Coronas and some shots of tequila while we doing it. And bam, there you go. So I diced up about 4 Roma tomatoes. You can see how much it is. It's a nice little amount. You could keep going if you want. I think once you get everything in there, it'll be a nice. This might even be about halfway full. This container right here might be about halfway full. Once you keep going with your veg and everything. But yeah, so I got some Roma tomatoes. And boom. We got some green peppers. We dicing up our peppers now. Try to keep your cuts the same size. So you don't want your tomatoes to be a small size, and then your peppers to be too much bigger than your tomatoes. So you want to try to keep all your veg kind of like the same size, because you want to remember, if you're gonna serve them with tortilla chips or something like that, or even the scoops or whatever type of chips you got, you want something that you'll be able to scoop and put on on the chip. If you got them too big, it ain't gonna flow. It ain't gonna work. All right. Okay, I got my red peppers in there, and I'm gonna finish them off with my yellow peppers. You could use orange peppers if you like. I use green peppers. I'm not really a big fan of it, of the green peppers. I like to go red, orange, and yellow. But they didn't have the orange ones when I went today, so I went with what they had. The orange and the yellow peppers are going to give it a little sweeter flavor. Just a little bit, not sugary sweet, but just a little sweetness at the end, with the spicy and the hot. So I kind of like the way the flavors that they give off. So we got the yellow peppers in there now too. And remember what I was saying, see how it's getting full? So that's a nice little amount of product in there, veg already, without the rest that we getting ready to add. So I got a nice little dice on all my veg. So I'm getting ready to do my onions next and my cilantro. So I diced up a large red onion, same size, same dice. We added it so now we got the Roma tomatoes, green peppers, red peppers, yellow peppers, and red onions. So this right here is all our veg mixed up, the peppers, the onions, the tomatoes, everything. I'm going to add, I did a nice small little dice on the green onions. And so we're gonna add that also to it. Now remember, when you're doing a pico, it's a fresh, kind of like a fresh light type of topping. So, but whatever you decide to put in it, if you want to do just tomatoes and onions, you could do just tomatoes and onions. You could do peppers and tomatoes. Whatever you want to do is, you know what I'm saying. You the creator when you in your kitchen. So if you don't like something that I add, just omit it. Add something to it, or just go with the flow and do whatever you feel, you know, you like to do in the kitchen. You know what I mean? You don't have to stick to my script that I'm doing. This is just what I'm giving you out here, and you could springboard off of this and go whichever direction you want to go. You know what I mean? I got about maybe 5 cloves of garlic that I smashed and diced as well. Now I diced up 1 jalapeno. I bought 2. This one is kind of hot, like a medium. So if you want to go turn it up an extra notch, you could go with both of them. I'm going to do 1, and I made sure I diced it up fine. You know, I didn't want too much heat, but you could always, like I said, if you like it hot, you could go 4 or 5 jalapenos. Or you could get some of the smaller, hotter peppers, you know what I mean? But I would say probably taste them. At least, you know, dice a little piece and taste a little piece of it before you add it in. Because you don't want to add too many peppers in there. And then you like, oh man, it's too hot. I can't take it. You know what I mean? Now you know what I mean? So taste it before you go in there with too much pepper. I added the juice, squeezed in the juice from 1 lime in there. You can add 2, 3 if you want. Or if you want to cheat and go the quick route, you could get some of that. You know, they got the little bottles of lime juice. You could always use that. But one thing I wanted to mention too about limes and lemons. You got to watch what kind of limes and lemons you get. I know it's crazy right now to say that, but you know, they've been putting in limes and lemons, they've been putting embalming fluid in them. I know it's crazy. I was wigging out when I found out too. But they put an embalming fluid in lemons and limes to hold them so they don't turn green. Remember back in the days, lemons and limes, they would turn green and get that moldy spot on them. So they came up with a way to prevent them from doing that. So now you'll see you get a lime or a lemon and it won't get moldy, but it'll just get hard and shriveled and kind of shrivel up and dry out. That's that embalming fluid joint they put in them. I don't know why they doing it. They stupid like that, but you got to pay attention kind of to what, you eating and putting in yourself. It's really important. So that's my cilantro. You started out with a big bunch of cilantro, and you keep chopping, and it'll start out like a big puffy afro. And you keep chopping, and it'll come down, break down into, something kind of like that right there. And then, that's something you want to add in there. I guess if you like cilantro really like that, you can leave it whole and leave it where it's a bigger chop. You know what I mean? Where you get bigger pieces of it. You know what I mean? So, and there you kind of have it with the cilantro and everything mixed in. You got your onions, you got your peppers, you got your green onions, red, green, yellow peppers, some lime juice. We're going to finish it off with a little bit of Goya oil, olive oil, just to smooth it out a little bit, and some salt and pepper. And you ready to go. Get you some chips, and and bam, party little snack. I kind of wanted to do this because the weather changing and stuff like that. So this is something you could do. You could sit in the fridge for a couple of days. You know what I mean? And I know I'm killing y'all with the, you know what I mean. But you could sit this in the fridge for a couple of days. You got you some chips, and it's a nice little snack, something light. and healthy. You know, I didn't add anything to it, anything bad for you. All it is basically veggies and some herbs, some fresh herbs, a little bit of lime juice, and there you go. And so boom, there you go. You got your Pico, excuse me. I had to stop for a snack break. It was looking too good. But you got your Pico de Gallo. Got your chips. You could serve this. Like I said, it's something that'll last for a couple of days in your fridge. It's healthy, it's light. A nice little type of salad that you could have. And so now I'm getting ready to make some nachos. And I'm going to do some chicken. Now, I'm doing chicken, but instead, if you don't want to do chicken, you could do ground beef. You could do steak. But I'm going to do chicken, and I'm going to make some nachos, and then I'm going to add the pico, some lettuce, tomatoes, and make a nice little, you know, something, like I said, something nice, light, healthy, sort of, that you could do real quick, real easy. Not too hard to make. Now I got my chicken. I diced up my chicken. I got that. I'm browning that right now. And like I said, you could use ground beef. You could use shrimp. Whatever you want to do. Ground beef, shrimp, steak, chicken. It's probably more, you know, you can use pork. If you got some type of pork shoulder, something in the fridge, and you want to do something with that, you could slice some of that off and dice it up. You know, you wouldn't have to cook that. If you got a baked chicken from the other day and you just got the breast meat or whatever, you want to use that, you could use the breast meat. You wouldn't have to cook it. You could just get your nachos and dice up your meat, sprinkle that on top, just like I'm getting ready to do with this, and boom, you go from there. So my chicken, you know, my diced up chicken to throw on top of my nachos, you know, is right, it's brown and everything, and we getting ready to build that up and put it in the oven. Now I'm getting ready to do my my nachos. Now nachos is all subjective. It's subjective to who likes them. You know, you could throw beans on them. Corn, you got your pico. Some people don't want pico, they want lettuce and tomatoes. So whatever you choose to do, you know what I mean, it's perfectly fine. Like I said, this one of them type of meals where you could do whatever you want to do. You could go left when I went right. You could go right when I went left. However you choose to do it. So I'm going to start with my chips. I got a couple of different types of cheese. You could go cheddar. You could go to a little Mexican mix if you want. But I went with this today. I was in a Spanish store. And so I was, you know, I figured I'm going to try this joint right here. I also have, you know, queso fresco. You know, this is a cheese, you know, you could crumble it up. And it's really good too. So you could go with, like I said, whatever you choose to do. Whatever cheese you like, you might want to put American cheese on it. I don't know what's up with your taste buds in that situation, but that's what you might want to do. So we got chips, we got a little cheese. I'm getting ready to add some chicken. See, it's still hot. Hot soup, chef, hot soup. Don't be tender, chef, don't be tender. Or like Bobby Brown said, don't be cruel. But, so you got a little chicken, and then we're going to top it off with some cheese. So we got some cheese on there, on top. I put a little bit of mix of the queso cheese, and then I also put a little bit, light little sprinkle of cheddar. Underneath it though, I did put a little bit of the Mexican mix of cheese. And so we're going to hit that in the oven. And it won't take that long. I'm going to say about maybe 7-8 minutes. And so there you have it. I got the nachos, some black olives. I sprinkled a little of the pico on the outside. We got some lettuce, diced tomatoes also. You could have went with, like I said, you could have went with jalapenos. You could have went with beans. You could have put rice. You could have turned it into chipotles at the crib if you want. This is a little lighter. It's still kind of sort of healthy if you want to omit the sour cream. You know, you could go that route, and then it's keeping it a lot lighter, a little bit more healthier. Then here I got the straight pico. Got a slice of lime just in case people might want a little extra shot of lime. Some chips, some Coronas, do some shots, and you good money. Alright, this is this is Big Sherm Cooks. If you got some ideas on different things y'all want to see, because I'm gonna be honest, I done cooked so many different things, and there's so many different dishes that sometimes I don't know what I want to do a video on. You know what I mean? Like, do I want to do I think my next one is probably going to be Alfredo sauce, because a lot of people do the jar Alfredo sauce, which is, oh man, it makes my head hurt. But so I don't know. So you give me some ideas, I'll come up with them. I've got plenty of feedback on some of the videos I've done so far. Some good, some not good, but you take it all with a grain of salt, and you keep moving. So thanks again for watching. This Big Sherm Cooks, you know what I mean, in Fiesta mode. I holla.